Oh, hello. Do you guys remember the Beast Wars? It's Transformers, but like the next generation, like mid to late '90s wonderment of what if instead of machines, Transformers were animals? It was fantastic if you hadn't seen it. It also did a lot of important work for like furthering CG animation in mainstay television. However, they kind of recycled two of the characters. They didn't recycle. They used the namesake, which then has later been retconned again, like Megatron was named after Megatronus, and then Megatron from the Beast Wars was named after that Megatron, but not related in any way. Anyway, look, here's Megatron. He's a Tyrannosaurus, all right? A real life baby dinosaur. Hello. And he transforms into not a pistol, but Megatron. So, and then maybe you've seen this guy. And then here's Optimus, not Optimus Prime. Careful, Optimus Primal. He's got swords, shoulder cannons, very cool stuff. But I'm wondering if you guys knew that these were like the post beta. This is what the Hasbro or whatever like finalized on. Originally, when Beast Wars first started coming out, because again, it's just one long commercial to sell toys that Japanese toy makers came up with on their own with zero influence from us. I assume that's where Transformers came from, and these other guys make no sense. But this is the original Optimus Primal. He's a bat. How fun is that? He still has one of the mainstays that he has is he still has swords. I'm missing one of them. I think I'm going to try to make a replacement sword, but he's still got these cool sabers. And then of course here's Megatron, right there. Look, he's an alligator. He's got a big old pistol. What's cool is that these were not only like beta. They came with this was before the show had come out. And they came with a comic book. I've been looking through my records, and I can't seem to find the comic book. I'm sure I could like hunt it down and be like, here it is, kids. But it really is just an exposition of just like using advanced DNA technology that I'm sure they got from Jurassic Park or something. Like nobody reads books. They were like, we spliced DNA with Transformers, and started the Beast Wars. And like they didn't know. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of story. It's really just kind of an exposition and a reason to buy the toys, which you don't need because alligators are cool. These guys also came in a 2-pack, I remember. But what's neat about them too is not only are they a cool alligator and a cool bat, but they're quick changers. And they made a bunch of quick changers, like Rat Trap is a quick changer, Pterosaur is a quick changer. And it's just a simple matter of like here's robot mode, and it's pow. Now he's a fucking bat. If I can get his fucking hands out of the way. Get out of there. Hands. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. See? And like all bats, they've got booted legs that hang down. So you kind of have to get his legs out of the way. And then I swear there was like a place for his little arms to go. I don't know. It was something like that. Yeah, it was something like that. And then that's transformed, and he's like, "Oh, cool! It's a bat." I guess he's gotten old because he doesn't want to like spring all the way back. Like his little head has a little gap right there. Spring's probably more. Something's misaligned. I don't know. But you can just like, oh. Maximize, blamp, and then bam, robot mode. Megatron, very similar. It's got robot mode. The only thing that's different is you got to put his gun. His gun's got to go back, but like you just shoop, 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 and then put his little feet down right there. Got his little feet. Got to put out of the way. Fold his feet back up right there, and then. Smoosh this and clip that and smoosh the other thing over, and then pow, just like your mom used to make. You've got an alligator.
flip his. You have to transform the gun. That's always fun. And then you reattach it, and then pow, fresh alligator. I'm not the biggest fan of like detachable parts being necessary. My Dinobots like that with his tail, they look funny when they don't have it, which goes back to like Ultra Magnus Supreme or whichever one it is. That's like in the cartoon he can exist as just the rocket, but that doesn't make sense because he's actually the entire. But I don't know. Look, I'm falling off on a tangent. What I'm trying to say is that you need to watch Beast Wars and eat your vegetables. So it really doesn't seem fair in hindsight to like show you this awesome Tyrannosaurus Rex and be like, trust me, that's Megatron. So we're gonna transform him real quick, okay? So look, you just rip his back apart, right? And then he, if I can remember how to do it, I didn't practice this at all. I didn't know there was going to be a test, even though this is my test. His tail is the weirdest part because it's got this like rack and pinion thing that makes it come out and be a pincher, and it was kind of slightly broken when I was a child, so I very gingerly forced it back into place to make him into a dinosaur. But I wanted to show him to you guys, because you guys are so cool. Yes. And then he does like this. And then he does like this. And then he does like this. And then you turn his little legs around. And then his little heels come out because, he's got to have heels so that he can slay Queen. And then his head pops up. Just like that. So simple, so graceful. Alright. One of the things I think is weird about Megatron is that, like, they didn't give him hands. Why can't I put his spine together? I just want you to not lose your head. Why is his head trying to fall apart? Something's going on. It's almost as if a 12-year-old has played with this for 20 years and he doesn't want to stay together too well. Yeah, that's nice and tight in there. So let's see if he'll do the stuff he's supposed to do. So you got this little lever back here, and yeah, see, that's broken. That's gone. I know a guy that could probably fix it, but he doesn't want to, so he's probably not going to. The other side, this right here is actually a water sprayer, and to fill it up you've got to rip the throat out of the T-Rex, which feels completely brutal. And look how yellowed the plug is. I guarantee that's going to crumble into a million pieces. But it did work when it was new, and it sprayed a nice mist of water on its enemies, which I feel like was supposed to kind of represent the giant cannon that the OG Megatron had. And then he had these like hip torpedo launchers, which I've got the bullets floating in storage around somewhere. So anyway, that's Megatron. And then, yeah, Optimus Primal here, right? And then he came with 1 million weapons. And I'm not even going to get to all of them. Everything had a storage place and a place to store things. These swords had to be curved so that they would fit in his monkey butt. And yes, I know gorillas are members of the ape family. One of the things my mom was always fascinated about when it came to Transformers was, could you learn to transform them by watching the show? And what she was asking was, are they accurate? And the truth is, kinda, sometimes. His shoulder cannons had actual torpedoes that would fire. That's show accurate. The other one of his arms had, here we go. Yeah, there it is. One of his arms had a double cannon that was spring loaded and come out, and you could put 2 bullets in there. The other one had a mace. Then he had these switches on his arms that would change from him swinging like him beating his chest or him twisting his arms, and it would do different stuff with the swords. That kind of worked, and it also you had to twist this little lever in his back, and it never went back into position properly. I don't know what mechanism they have inside of Optimus Primal, but it is some scientific anomaly that I will never understand, no matter how much education I ever have. The rest of them, I mean, because you're turning a person-shaped animal into a person-shaped robot, pretty much. Hang on, I have to try not to break this million-year-old plastic. Something else that they did with the Beast Wars toys that wasn't ever really brought up super big into the show was they all had secondary masks. So this mask that is very a la Optimus Prime is not the mask that came on it, and you would flip that mask down to reveal this one. It was super weird. Like, he had to be able to transform after he transformed. You put his shoulder pads down, because it's not 1980 anymore. You twist his hips. You flip him up just like that right there. See that? Put his feet away. And that's it. Now he's a gorilla. He's, you know, they don't really do a lot to hide his robot, but nothing really locks into place. But that's it. That's Optimus. So now they're swapped. Now I've got a transformed Megatron over here. And a monkey Optimus Primal. Anyway, Beast Wars, you know, you should watch it. I've got a Rat Trap. He's another quick changer. If you want to see that, I've got a Pterosaur. There's a million of them at Ollie's, but I've got an original. You can't tell because they're the exact same. If you liked this thing, leave me a comment. Just be like, hey, I remember Beast Wars. It was weird that sometimes you could see through their skin and it would clip out because the rendering wasn't very good. It was weird. It was also amazing. Okay, goodbye.